Let's bring into a conversation on this Danielle Beland, director of the McGill Institute for the Study of Canada in Montreal. Thanks for your time.
Thanks for the invitation.
Were you surprised by any of what happened today?
No, especially listening to the comments yesterday of different Liberal caucus members, Liberal MPs, that, I think it was clear that there was a consent, I would say a strong majority of voices supporting this decision that was made today to expel Jody Wilson-Raybould from caucus.
Do you think this was too late? Many had been calling for this kind of decision by the Prime Minister weeks ago.
Well, I think there was an attempt to try to preserve at least part of this image that Justin Trudeau wants to change politics and do things differently. And what the Liberals did today is that they enforced very strict party discipline. They enforced party discipline, which is the traditional way to do things within our system. And it's certainly in sharp contrast with the vision that Jody Wilson-Raybould outlines in the letter that she sent earlier today to her now former caucus, fellow caucus members, and where she reminded them about the pledge that was made in 2015 to change politics. And what we see today is that the Liberals, have moved from sunny ways to stormy ways, and they just want to weather this storm. And to the caucus members, they just want to stick together and get ready for the next federal elections. And obviously, they thought that because Jane Philpott and Jody Wilson-Raybould have not expressed publicly confidence in the Prime Minister, that they could not stay on board.
So let me read the last line of the statement put out by Jane Philpott just minutes ago. She says, "I'll continue to proudly represent the people of Markham-Stouffville for the remainder of this term," but she does not lead us to believe that she will run again in October. Do you think that she won't run again? And what do you think will happen to Wilson-Raybould? We've already heard the NDP reaching out to her.
Yes, it's interesting. I'm not sure about Jane Philpott. Maybe she won't run again. And she will return to her previous career. But I think that for Jody Wilson-Raybould, I suspect that the NDP's attempt to reach out to her is sincere. At the same time, she expressed many times that she was a Liberal and she believed in the Liberal message and program. But of course, after what happened today, she may have changed her mind because it's obviously something that she must find quite upsetting, although I'm sure she saw it coming, especially after what happened yesterday.
How would that play if she decided to cross over and join the NDP? Because as you've mentioned, she has said many times she came to the Liberal Party because she believed in what they stood for and what they wanted to do in politics.
Well, it depends. She impressed many Canadians by her testimony on February 27th. I think the letter that she wrote today, yes, she wrote it as a Liberal, but she could take some of certainly her ideas and her core beliefs and reframe them as part of the NDP family if she wanted to. But does she want that, or she wants to, run as an independent or leave politics and do something else? She has, I think, tremendous talents, and she's now very well known by Canadians from coast to coast to coast, and there are a lot of things she could do. And then she's still also very much a threat to the Prime Minister. And I think that, and the same thing for Jane Philpott. So it's not the end of the SNC-Lavalin story. The opposition, of course, will try to keep it as alive as much as possible. And we may hear more from Jody Wilson-Raybould and perhaps Jane Philpott about this story. So it's not over.
Danielle Beland, I do have to leave it there, but thank you for your time. Appreciate you joining us on the program.
Thanks for the invitation.